Imagine a wolf hiding just beyond the tree line, his eyes fixed on a flock of sheep. He's hungry, but the shepherd is watchful. The wolf's mind races, turning over the problem. How, he thinks, can I get close to them without the shepherd ever noticing? His gaze drifts, and then he sees it. A sheepskin discarded near a barn. A truly wicked idea begins to take shape. He slips into the skin, pulling the wool over his head, hiding his claws, his teeth, his true nature. In an instant, the predator is gone. In its place stands just another member of the flock. This image, the wolf in sheep's clothing, feels like a simple fable. But it's a warning that echoes from the very bedrock of our stories. It's older than most of the tales we tell our children. Its roots aren't in a storybook, but in the Bible, in the Sermon on the Mount. A caution against false prophets who appear harmless but are inwardly ravenous wolves. The next morning, our wolf puts this ancient deception to the test. Dressed in his disguise, he walks right into the field. The sheep, unsuspecting, welcome him. The shepherd glances over his flock, counts the heads, and sees nothing out of the ordinary. The wolf can barely contain a secret smile. At last, he thinks, tonight I will feast. What allows this kind of deception to work? We see it in the story, but we also see it in our own world. Psychologists sometimes talk about a collection of personality traits known as the dark triad: Machiavellianism, narcissism, and psychopathy. These are people who can manipulate without guilt, who see others not as individuals, but as pieces on a board, tools to get what they want. They are masters of mirroring, of blending in, of becoming what you want to see. The wolf isn't just a hungry animal. He's a symbol of this predatory deception. He perfectly feigns innocence, disarming everyone around him, waiting patiently for the moment to strike. His success isn't just luck, it's a masterclass in manipulation, a perfect performance that lulls the entire world into a false sense of security. As evening comes, the shepherd leads his flock back to the pen for the night. The sheep settle down peacefully. The wolf, hidden among them, licks his lips. His plan has worked flawlessly. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. That night, the shepherd himself felt hungry. He decided he'd take one sheep for his supper. He walked into the pen, not bothering to look too closely in the dim light. He reached out and grabbed the first, heaviest animal he could find. He grabbed the wolf. This kind of poetic justice, where the trap springs on the trapper, is why the story has survived for so long. The idea of the hidden enemy is so powerful that it's been used throughout history to define real-world threats. The Fabian Society, a British socialist group, once used a wolf in sheep's clothing as their emblem to symbolize their strategy of achieving goals through gradual, seemingly harmless change. More recently, a political ad famously depicted a candidate as a demon sheep with glowing red eyes, trying to convince voters he was a wolf in disguise. The metaphor works because we understand it instinctively. The most dangerous threats are the ones you don't see coming. The shepherd carried the wolf away, believing him to be nothing more than a plump sheep. And when the truth was finally revealed, it was far, far too late for the wolf. His trick had backfired in the most absolute way. By pretending to be something he was not, he sealed his own fate. The moral of the story is brutally clear. Deception may work for a short while, but lies are almost always uncovered. And often, the web of tricks we weave for others ends up being the very thing that ensnares us. It's a timeless warning, perhaps more relevant today than ever. In a world of carefully crafted online personas and a flood of misinformation, the ability to look past the sheepskin, to question what seems too good or too simple to be true, has never been more vital. The fable reminds us that the greatest danger doesn't always announce itself with a roar, but sometimes with the gentle bleating of a sheep. Thank you for listening to this fable on HappyBox. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wonderful tales.